you ain't doing nothing. If you the quarterback whisperer, you need to start whispering in the offensive line ear a lot, because they got one of the worst lines in the world down there in Texas. And I want to know how your ass keep your job. Now, C.J. Beathard and the San Francisco 49ers went to Los Angeles and played the Chargers. Melvin Gordon is doing his thing for 15 carries, 104 yards, and this would allow Phillip Rivers to do his thing. Phillip Rivers, they did throw it a disproportionate amount of times, but when you got Melvin Gordon in the backfield, you have to respect that C.J. Beathard threw the ball. He wasn't bad. He 298 yards, 8 touchdowns, but again, the turnover thing. 2 turnovers again. Turnovers and 2 fumbles. You lose the turnover battle, your ass is going to lose the game. But again, yet again, Phillip Rivers and the San Diego Superchargers look like they're ready. This is a team that I thought was going to be in the AFC Championship game, and they still have an opportunity at 2-2. We're only 25% into the season. This Saturday, I'm going to go over my quarter season awards. Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going to do all that Coach of the Year, Disappointments of the Year, and all that stuff. But with that being said, I'm going to do this last game. Y'all, remember I told y'all at the beginning of this whole segment about how you have to be creative with the tools that you have. When I tell you that, the first person that comes to mind is a coach by the name of Andy Reid. Andy Reid is one of the better offensive minds in the history of football, if you ask me. Andy Reid, look, if y'all, all the dudes that y'all call the geniuses and stuff, a lot of those dudes, like Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl champion, John Gruden, Super Bowl champion, they come up under the tutelage of Andy Reid. And when I tell you this, I mean it, because when you see, this is why you don't rush to judgment. You don't rush to put people in the game. Andy Reid has again coached up another young quarterback to the point where he is extremely successful and he's making a name for himself. He goes by the name of Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes will be the most improved player in the NFL this year. A lot of people saying, well, we can't crown him king yet, it's only 4 games. The difference in what Patrick Mahomes is doing and what everybody else is doing is this. Patrick Mahomes is doing this inside of the confines of that offense. I don't know what the hell that noise was, and I don't know where it came from. But Patrick Mahomes is doing this inside of that offense. And he's making Andy Reid look like a football genius. He took his time. He got this young man ready. And now the young man is doing his thing. People, pay attention to this young brother. He is innovative. You know what he is? In my opinion, he is exactly what they used to call, when they used to talk about how good Brett Favre is, that's what Patrick Mahomes is naturally. He does take a couple risks that he shouldn't take, but that comes with the youth of being a young man playing football. That's what goes along with that. And but when you look at this dude play, he runs to get room to throw. This dude threw a left-handed pass, and he's a right-handed quarterback. He's throwing the ball all over this field. And here's one of the best things about Patrick Mahomes. He's a young brother, which, you know, of course, they don't want to say that he's a young brother. He's a young brother with some wheels. His dad used to play Major League Baseball. He's biracial. But he's a young brother who's doing his thing. But the thing that's beautiful about Patrick Mahomes is he plays inside of the system. He plays that same reckless abandon that they used to give Brett Favre credit for doing. And with under the tutelage of Andy Reid, this young brother is going to light up the league. He is a combination of Donovan McNabb and Brett Favre. He does not make a lot of mistakes like McNabb. He runs around all crazy like Brett Favre, but it's a controlled chaos. Pay attention to this young brother. I really like him. And I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Kansas City Chiefs, and it has nothing to do with me being a Raider fan. What it is the Kansas City Chiefs are not playing a whole lot of defense. And until they get that defensive thing taken care of, I don't think you should put a whole lot of stock in the Kansas City Chiefs. And that, you know, with that being said, that about wraps up this week. I want to thank everybody for paying attention. I got a new person in the group. You know, as usual, I got Kim, I got Big Illinois at the Aquarius. I got my homie Big Tone listening. I got the Angry Black Man. Remember Angry Black Man tomorrow, 6 p.m., man. Great show. I'm going to be tuned in if you do or don't, you know. I got Joe in Houston as usual. He ain't in the chat room. He was scared to talk this week. But I know he was tuned in because he told me it was an echo on the show. He was one of the few people. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for telling me about the echo. Thank you, everybody, for telling me about the echo. I had to cut that short. And if you want to, man, I'm going to publish that interview right now as soon as I end the show. And that way you can hear that interview in its entirety. It's great, man. Tracy Murray was an excellent guest. It was a pleasure doing that interview with him. I really enjoyed it. And as I do this every week around this time, I want to thank everybody in Chicago. It's too many of y'all to thank, so I can't give all y'all, man. Just big ups to the city. Go ill. I want to thank everybody on the East Coast. I want to thank my man Big Chris in Baltimore. I want to thank Mike in Orlando. I want to thank Sid in Orlando. Sid new to the family. I want to thank Angry Black Man in Tampa. I want to thank Nas in Atlanta, Stacy and Big Chris in Atlanta. I already thanked Joe. I always thank Joe twice for something. Screw you, Joe. I want to thank Joe. I want to thank Jeezy in St. Louis. I want to thank James in Lincoln Park. He showed me love this week. I want to thank James in Lincoln Park. I want to thank James and James Devine in California. I want to thank Craig in Arizona. A bunch of people. Big Ken in Arizona too. Anthony in Arizona. I want to thank everybody who be tuning in. I want to thank the people in Fiji. I want to thank the people in Australia, the Philippines. I want to thank the people in China. I want to thank the people in Russia. I want to thank the people in Korea. I want to thank the people on the continent in Algeria, Ghana, and Guyana. I want to thank the people in Portugal, Spain, Germany, Ireland, France, Sweden, United Kingdom, Norway, the brothers and sisters in Mexico, and I want to thank everybody in Jamaica. I want to thank everybody from border to border, coast to coast, from sea to sea. Thank you for tuning in and engaging me. I want to thank the people who engaged with me on Twitter. Again, Mike Sherrod, my man QD for 3, Lex 1, The Golden Child, Razcast, Super MC, Extensive. I want to thank Abby Bryan. I want to thank Made in Manchester, the brothers in Manchester, England. I want to thank Marge Noel, Cyrus Thomas. I mean, the list goes on. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show, man. And again, if you have iTunes or iPod, or you have iTunes or iPad, go to your man. Thanks, Tone. You're welcome, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, brother. I want you to go to your iTunes and subscribe to the show, man. Leave a rating. You like it was dope, it was whack, or whatever, man. Whatever. Just subscribe and rate it, man. 4 stars. Leave a comment for your boy. You know, let your boy know you appreciate the show. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. And you know how I do this every week. 2 fingers, 1 word. It's your man, Ha. Take us out, Combat.
You know what it is, man. Dream those dreams and man up. To live those dreams, because a life without dreams is black and white. And the universe flows in technicolor, surround sound. Wow.
I forgot to shout out Juice, whack ass.